Hey YouTube, it's been a long time. Anyways, here's a little video about a toy I recently picked up, but that has some kind of significance to me. This is the very first toy ever released of the Eradicator Superman from the Death and Return of Superman, a comic book that or a series that I was kind of interested in the 90's. And there was a toy line, and I had a few of the figures. I had like the Steel, the Superboy, and a few of the others. But this was always this guy was my favorite character from the comic book. It was like Superman, but he could shoot lasers from his hands, like Goku or something. And when I was a kid, I would have loved to have had this guy, but they never released him to market. Normally, that is. He did apparently show up as a exclusive from like a magazine or I don't know, or a convention or something. I actually, and I would have been really interested in getting this guy. I think I had the Flying Superman and a few other ones from that line, but that line died off pretty quick. This figure originally, I think, came with a little accessory that you could put on his hand, or was originally designed to, but the mail away version or the whatever, this guy didn't come with it, actually. It was just in a prototype photo. Now, this guy is pretty interesting. He has some of these details on his face, like these lines and wrinkles, and this crop top. When he was thinking he was Superman, he didn't have those features. Those features appeared in like later comic, and his cape does kind of come off like that. And he has he has a different look. So I think they were trying to capture the Eradicator from after he was, done being a Superman stand-in. He has 5 articulation points. The head turns, the arms go up and down, the legs kind of move. I mean, as a toy, he's nothing spectacular, but this is the first toy of the character ever made. I just find it interesting. My copy that I got from eBay is, I don't know, it's like a little messed up or something. Something's wrong with his goggles on this side, and it's like he wasn't painted on that side. I don't know if that's common or, yeah. Now, the first time, I'm not sure if I saw this guy, but back in the day, they used to have, I don't know, I think it was something called a swap meet where people would try to sell old stuff in like a parking lot. And every now and then there would be a toy one. And of course, as a kid, I was interested in toys. And, I'd go to the toy ones. And I think I did see an Eradicator Superman toy. I'm holding a phone with one hand and trying to manipulate this with the other. It's not that easy. And I'm not sure whether it was like this guy, but in a box or a completely custom figure. I remember the guy said like he made the Eradicator figure. So maybe it was just a custom or something. I don't know. But yeah, when I was a kid, I was interested in getting a Superman toy, and I did end up getting a Superman toy from one of those kind of swap meets or junk dealers, and it was this Superman toy. I had no idea, when I was a kid, they weren't selling Superman toys anywhere. So, like, this is before the Man of Steel line in the 90's, and I had no idea what this was. I thought this was like the Superman that with the kryptonite ring that you would hold it up and push him over. But it wasn't until later that I discovered the superpower line, and I'm pretty sure, because you squeeze his legs and he does the punch, I'm pretty sure this is a superpowers line Superman. So it's pretty cool. I picked this guy up because, well, I wanted to have a Superman toy. I didn't care if I had any villains or any other toys that go with him. I'd just swoosh him around, Love the cloth cape. So yeah. Of course, years later, or now, they make some toys like that. I got this guy not too long ago. The most recent Superman movie, I really feel like really captures the idea of Superman. Even though this guy was like my favorite, looking back on it, he's really not much of a Superman character. He's obviously very different, much more violent. But at the time, I thought, oh, hey, that makes sense. After he dies, he wouldn't really care much about being good and taking care of people or something. But yeah, it was a big comic event. And anyways, I'm just really glad to have him as a Superman character there. Yeah. And I tried to find information about him on websites, and yeah, there isn't all that much. A bunch of people seem to think he was, say he was unreleased, but yeah, it's neat to have Eradicator Superman. First ever toy version of him. I don't like the plastic cape. I really prefer the cloth capes of these guys, but it does have the look where the cape was connected to his shield. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I don't even know if I'll upload this. It's been forever since I've done anything on YouTube. But yeah, just a really cool piece of history that means something to me, because I love this character and I would have loved to have this toy, and apparently it did exist. I just didn't have the magazine or the go to the convention where he was released. I really like this kind of blue and black motif. I wish the blue was brighter. The hands being translucent plastic, I guess it's okay. I don't know what they would have done with him if he had released in the line. The line was kind of full of action gimmicks. Maybe he would have lit up on the inside or something, or maybe he would have had like a spring-loaded arm that like threw that little accessory that he was supposed to have. It's interesting to think what if, but this is just what we got. Here's this guy. I like his cloth cape. He was supposed to be modeled after the superpowers Superman, but he's a bit bigger. He doesn't have the action feature, and of course he's modeled after the newest Superman movie. Anyways, so when I was a kid, I really wanted a Superman toy, and they weren't available until this line came out. And then this was my favorite Superman of that line, but yeah, he was just never released, or never widely released, I guess. He's not too hard to find on eBay and other sites, but yeah, this is a bit of a rare, interesting little figure. All right, well, that's it. Thanks. Bye, YouTube.